Hey, welcome back to Memekid. And as promised from that community post I made a while back, well, it wasn't even a while back. As of recording this, it was yesterday. Anyway, so today we're going to be making the first episode of Memekid Documentaries. If you don't know what this is, it explains itself. It's pretty much just like a video essay of some sort. And it's basically just little video essays on my past self, my past life, my past experiences. So, I'm sorry, that looked creepy. And yeah, so let's get into today's episode. So, for the first episode of Memekid Documentaries, I'm gonna be talking about this one person that pretty much traumatized me. I don't know why, but they kind of just did. It wasn't a person, it wasn't a grown up outside of school. It was a teacher. It was a teacher. Why am I talking about a teacher? You'll find out. But this is pretty much this is the story on Miss Edmondson, the cruelest, the rudest, the most brutal teacher you can have nowadays. Let's get into it, shall we? So it's let's do a quick POV. So POV, you you just met your teacher and they seem like a really nice person. They have blonde curly hair. They're all so, and you naturally think that old people are really nice people because of the fact that your grandma's a nice person, or your grandparents are a nice people, or your parents are nice people. And if they are, that's great. And you think that this teacher is going to be a nice person because, well, I mean, hey, if you had a teacher before that looked kind of like them, and if they were a nice person, this person might be a nice person, right? No, you're wrong. They want So pretty much you meet this teacher, and this teacher in question on the first day of school introduces themselves, and you're like, oh hi, I'm Memekid. I just use my YouTube name and my Discord name. And you're having a really good first day. And then halfway to the year, it's a really great year so far. So far. I just did a Mr. Beast post. Anyway, so far, you have a good year, and then something happens. Something god awful just happens to you. And it just so happens that your teacher in question yells at you. They never do that to you. They do it for not a good reason. What's that reason? Because you sneezed. It's because you sneezed. In question, it's stupid. On paper, it's stupid. And in the real world, it's just stupid. The reason is stupid. And just in general, they yell at you for sneezing. Like, what the real teacher yells at you for sneezing? I mean, I get classmates might do it as a joke, but your teacher, the person that's supposed to be supporting you, your third grade homeroom teacher, yells at you for sneezing out of all the other classmates who have sneezed. But why did they yell at you for sneezing? You said the word bless me. Now, yes, this all happened to me. I had a teacher named Miss Evanston. I'm not going to list a school. I'm going to list her name. If you know this teacher, if you know the actual teacher, just ask if they had me. If they say yes, get out. Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Don't take that seriously. If you do, just try to avoid all eye contact. But anyway. But yes, this actually happened to me in the 3rd grade. I sneezed, and she was reading a book. And you know how most people say bless you? Well, I thought, because I was a kid, I was a really young kid, I genuinely thought that if people say bless you, and if nobody's saying anything, just say bless me, as, nobody has to talk. You get to do it yourself, and, peace and harmony. Peace and harmony for everybody. You stay all the time, so your teacher might not mind, right? Nope. They do mind it. They take it way too seriously that you said the word bless me. Not the word, the sentence. 2 words. Said bless me. Cool. If you're around me, if you say bless me, cool. Good for you. You said bless me. You excuse yourself, and you're now, free from the curse of not having to hear me say the word bless you. And your teacher hears this. She gets really freaking mad. Your teacher gets really freaking mad, mind you. Like, if your teacher never got this mad, if she got mad because of that reason, you might as well just go talk to the principal in question. Like, once she yells at you for you saying the word bless me, then it's done. The teacher's job might be on the line because of you. If you cry, or if the EA's witness this, your job's gonna be on the line, right? Whoop. Spoiler alert, yes. But for now, we'll talk about why they yelled at you, and the future of what they're gonna do. So, you said bless me, teacher yells at you. But why do they yell at you? Well, for a very stupid reason. It's because that bless me is a term for Christians. If you're a Christian, type it in the comments. Tell why people say this in church. But apparently it's for churches only. Now, you've never been to church, so you don't know this. And you're not allowed to go into Google because, it's elementary school. You're supposed to use Documentaries, and you're supposed to do research at home. But you can't. Why? Because your cell phone, if you even have a cell phone, I didn't have a cell phone. I just had a really old, crappy iPhone to play games on. But why do they yell at you? Again, because it's for churches only. Now, you're so confused. The class is looking at you. They're all staring at you like, They're all staring at you. You're on a mat, you're sitting down, and, you are literally in the center of the mat. Now, and yet the class is staring at you, even your friends. What do? Cry. You cry in fear. Obviously, you feel really uncomfortable. You're a little kid. You don't know what's going on. The EAs don't do nothing. Your friends don't do nothing. The classes do anything. And that's just really crappy. That's just really crappy of the teacher. Now you lose trust in the teacher. That's not good. But just hold on. It gets worse as the year goes on. So then we got to really close to the end of the year. Like really, really close to the end of the year. And your teacher is throwing on a dance break. Because dancing is fun when you're a kid. You get to do fun moves like You get to do fun movies like that. And it's really fun. You have a great time. Your friends are having a blast. You're having a blast. And the teacher says you could pick a song. And all the other kids in your classroom, they pick a song. They pick a song that they like. That they only like. The class doesn't mind it. Hell, some of the classmates might not even like it. They might not mind the music. We're just gonna try to find a cool dance to, dance to the song with. And what did I choose? What did I choose that is really catchy? I got it. It says I'm a Sonic fan. I'm gonna choose something that I actually like. Some people know my music taste. It's mostly pop at the time, but now it's rock. Anyway, so you tell the teacher the question. You ask the teacher, "Hey, can you put on this specific song? What was the song that you chose?" Reach for the Stars from Sonic Colors on the Nintendo Wii. Now, mind you, this was back in 2018, so there was there was pretty much the Sonic Colors Ultimate never even existed. We didn't even know about Sonic Colors Ultimate back in 2018. We wanted a reboot, for consoles and PC, but it's on the Wii. So, hey, all the other kids picked a song. Why can't you? So, you ask the teacher to put on the song, and it's on YouTube. Now, why did I mention that? Because YouTube thumbnails, whenever it comes to OSTs, either have the box art or the logo. And it shows Sonic the Hedgehog. Your teacher knows what Sonic the Hedgehog is. They're cool with you being a Sonic fan. So, you're pretty confident that the teacher's going to put on your song. They don't. What? They didn't put on your song? Excuse me? That seems like something straight out of a cartoon, a Disney movie, for Christ's sake. But why is they not put it on? Because the other kids might not like it. You heard me right. The other kids might not like it. And then you're just like, but other kids might not like the other songs. The other kid, yeah, sure. Like, the other kids might not like the other songs that the other kids are playing. And sure enough, they don't. They want to dance. They want to have fun. They don't care about the songs. They don't care about anything. They say that to the teacher, and then the teacher's like, "Nope, I don't care. Y'all don't like Sonic. Neither should he." That is going too far. The teacher says that you should like Sonic. Yeah, you're allowed to like whatever you want to like. You're a kid. A 9-year-old kid, mind you, in the 3rd grade. Sure, your opinion may not matter, but you can have an opinion. If you like something, then you can like something. If you like Avengers, like Avengers. If you like Angry Birds, then like Angry Birds. If you like Sonic, like Sonic. If you like YouTube, like YouTube. All you want. Just as long as you're not crazy obsessed with it. I'm not crazy obsessed with Sonic. I still wasn't. Yeah, sure, I might have a lot of merch. Now, this is something that only Sonic fans say. But that doesn't mean that I'm crazy for Sonic. No, there's people way more crazy than me. They literally have buy pills of Sonic, and I don't, because I'm not creepy. I can like what they like, I can like what I like, you can like what you like. If you don't like this, who's gonna hate? If you like this, that's awesome, you like this video. Or this podcast, if this gets turned into a podcast. But, as I was saying, you are really disappointed. You trusted this teacher, but what if you didn't? Now you don't trust the teacher at all. You never trusted a teacher after what happened when you sneezed. So, what do? You tell the principal. You tell the principal that your teacher is not being fair with you. Your teacher is not being a good teacher. Sure, they may be good at explaining math and language arts or literacy. I don't remember what it's called. I'm in middle school, for Christ's sake. I'm going to high school. Anyway, yeah, they're really good at explaining stuff to you. They're really good at teaching you subjects that you might really be interested in, but they're not fair to you. They're not fair to you. They yell at you for sneezing. They yell at you for quite literally anything. And it leaves you in tears every time. Because you're a helpless little kid. You're a little kid. You don't know what to do. I was that little kid. This teacher, this teacher, this third grade teacher that was supposed to make students happy and joyful of literally anything that they wanted. If they were supposed to make the kids happy and smile and have a good school day. They're supposed to do things about bullying. They're supposed to help kids that don't have friends. If a kid has a friend, then maybe ask then maybe you should remind him to get to know each other a bit better. That's what a good teacher does. But a bad teacher would yell at you for sneezing. A bad teacher would single you out from the whole class. What did my teacher do? Exactly those two. Miss Evanston, we'll just call her Medusa, because at this point, just imagine her hair as snakes. Curled up snakes. I'm just imagining her hair like that. So yeah, your teacher pretty much just hates your music choice. They single you out. They yell at you for no reason. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna tell the principal. What does the principal do? They wait. And you go to middle school. Your middle school is a great time. Sure, grade 6 is tough. We'll get into that the next episode of Memekid Documentaries. But middle school's a pretty fun time. Your friends are there. Your teacher allows you to have a fun time. You get to make new friends. You have a fun time. You might get bullied, but you get through it. This is through my POV, by the way. You make friends. You befriend your bullies. How do you do that? How do you do that? You might ask. Well, just try to sympathize with them. Try to sympathize with them. Literally. If they make a joke, laugh at it. If you think it's funny, laugh at it. They actually might like your sense of humor. That's how I make friends. That's how my friends make friends. Anyway. So middle school's a fun time, and then you reach grade 8. That's what I'm in right now. Grade 8. It's almost the end of the year for me. And same for my sister. Now, my sister is gonna get involved with this. I'm not gonna put her on the screen, but sadly, my sister has Miss Edmonston. Dun dun dun! Oh no! What am I ever gonna do? What am I actually going to do? When I heard the news that my sister had to switch to Miss Emmons' class, I was furious. I was scared for her. I was all up in like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What? Miss Emmons is a bad teacher. What am I supposed to do about this? So, you warn your sister. Your sister has a bad time too. But something changed. Your third grade teacher at the time their job is on the line. Excuse me, newsflash, kid. Your crappy third grade teacher's job is on the line because they were being a god awful teacher. Well, you are happy. Your sister's happy. Most of your class is happy. But then your teacher snaps. No, not your teacher. No, you're in the 8th grade. Your sister's teacher snaps. Your sister's teacher, along with some other teachers, mention your sister's older brother, me, in this case. So what does your sister do? Well, your sister starts to cry, and then your sister tells you the whole story. I'm going to tell you the whole story. So, what happened? What happened with your sister? Well, mind you, your sister and her classmates, they pretty much just got yelled at because of the fact that I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. But I think it's because of the fact that your sister was mad. And then the teacher told you to stop being mad. And your friend defends your sister. And then it's just a lot of yelling. But, however, the teacher cannot legally yell at a student. Apparently. Apparently so. I don't know. But it's the same for students, so it's just a yelling fight. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, all that type of crazy stuff. But then your third grade teacher mentions you to your sister on how crappy of a student they were. And then the other kids start defending for me. They defended for me. And that was before I knew this. And then you get home, your sister gets home, and then it's nice and relaxing. You're home, you're sitting on the couch. Your sister's like, "Can we go outside?" You're like, "Sure." You're in a great mood. I want to tell you about school. Oh, okay. Sure, tell me about school. Well, you know what I understand stands for teacher, right? Yeah. Well, she mentioned you. In a good way or in a bad way? A really bad way. In fact, my class is offended for you. But why? Because you said that you're a bad student. Excuse me? Yup. You heard the news. The news has broken to you. Your teacher mentioned to your sister, your third grade teacher, your crappy third grade teacher mentions to your sister how bad of a student you were. Do you want to know my reaction to what happened? I was mad. Fire was in my eyes. My face was happy. This too angry. This is not a children's story, by the way. There might be some story involved. But anyway, so your third grade teacher does something even more stupid. Now you think of them as a dumbass. As a dumbass, you know. And then you get all flashbacky. You have PTSD. But I'm saying that because I have PTSD. I've been through really bad stuff. However, then, a couple months later, which is today, you're in gym class and you're playing four-quarter soccer with items. There's no elimination, so it should, in theory, be all fun and games, right? You know? Hold on, wait, I'm gonna turn on this. There we go. Not sponsored. But your team is losing a lot. They're losing their items. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna have a flashback on what happened in the third grade. Now, hear me out. I have a flashback This actually happened. It happened today. I was in gym class. We were playing full-court soccer games. There's no such thing as elimination, but your team. But this version, has quarters. Obviously, that's why it's called four corners. But they flip over the benches, put them in corners as teams. Your color my color is red, so I'm on the red team, and we're doing a really bad job. And then something reminded me of something, and I started getting mad, like really, really, really mad. When I started freaking out, everybody was scared. My friend Logan left, so he couldn't calm me down. Nobody was able to calm me down. But you must be asking, why did you mention how I had a flashback? Because it was in the third grade. Dun dun dun. Because apparently in the third grade you got bullied a lot. I got bullied a lot in the third grade. I had to go through mental torture by the people who were supposed to have my back. And what did they do? Well, I tell you, the people who were supposed to have my back, they did nothing. They genuinely just did nothing. But what do? But why do you say that they're... Well, you might be asking, why did you say that they're bullies? Well, because they made fun of you for being a bad player. It's sort of like the John Scott story in hockey. He got voted as a joke, and it was pretty much just the definition of cyberbullying. But I got bullied in real time. I was being teased, I was being made fun of because I was a really garbage player. I was bad at soccer. And I could only get a few kicks and only like one goal. I was like that bad. How are I gonna score 8 goals? Because today I was the goalie. It's really hard to be a goalie. Like when you haven't been a goalie in so long. It's like you're just like kicking the ball. Just like kicking the ball. You're kicking the ball, but then your shoe falls off. Go to pick it up, and then your team lost. Pooey. Your team loses again. Play stop. You can go to another team. Your team loses again. Go to another team, please. You'll lose again. That's when you finally have a flashback of what happened in the third grade. You're playing this same... Well, I was playing the same exact game. And I was losing. And I was being made fun of by the fourth shot. So, what do? Well, in the third grade, I got really mad. I started poking the finger at everybody who was being rude to me. I was saying F you to... I was practically saying F you to all the bullies. And the teacher was mad, too, as I had to get kicked out. I do the same thing today. To all my friends, to all of my classmates. My classmates weren't even bullying me. That's how awful my PTSD is. And what do I do instead of being... I didn't get kicked out, mind you. I kicked myself out. I just take off my penny, slam it to the ground. Said, this is what you do to a person that you know has anger issues. You should be ashamed of yourselves. And in fact, I might even dox you. I'm not going to dox them. That was in a moment of rage. So I walk out and I storm into the boys' locker room. I grab a pencil. A really, really, really sharp pencil. And I sort of stab myself. Why? Now you may be asking, why would you stab yourself? Well, I have experienced this for my entire life. every day when I go to school, I have to deal with this garbage. So what do you think I felt? I felt like garbage. Every day. Every day that I'd get bullied, I'd feel like garbage. My back would feel tired, like, my back. I'd try my hardest to carry my book bag because there's a really heavy bag in there. But why are you so mad? Again, because this happened to you, because this happened to me in the 3rd grade. And I got made fun of instead of being like, and I got made fun of instead of being like, hey, yeah, focus. Now, if what they said now is not bad, then what did your 3rd grade class do? They constantly called me a snail. Now, why would they call me a snail? Because I was really slow. Now, mind you, I was being bullied my entire life, mind you. So, I used to be skinny before, but then I got constantly called a nerd. Because my glasses. That's where the teachers start to yell at me for being mad. I got yelled at for being mad, but I was being bullied. I had the right to be mad. But my teachers were like, nope, do not be mad under any circumstance. Fine. And then but then 3rd grade, in the gym game that you're playing, that corresponds to the game that you're playing in the 8th grade, you're being called a slow fat snail. You always get called that. Now, no, not you, the audience. I always got called that. A slow fat snail. A slow fat snail. That's why I always got called. And I'd cry for very reasonable reasons. I didn't want to be made fun of in the 3rd grade. I wanted to have a good time with friends. But my friends weren't there that day. Ah, pooey. Ah, boy. Well, you don't tell the teacher because the teacher is doing something else in their office. You don't go to the office because you don't want to get hit with a soccer ball. So what do? You go insane. This moment has been coming your entire life. You start getting mad. You're an angry bird. You are the definition of this thing. Oh god, you guys did the garbage can. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway. So, yeah. You start going insane. You become what I just showed you on the screen, an angry bird. And you start throwing the middle finger. You start saying F you to literally everybody. You start screaming at people. People are afraid of you. No, your friends aren't afraid of you, but your classmates your classmates are afraid of you. Your bullies are not afraid of you, and then you get kicked out. The teacher finally notices what's going on. Now, I've seen memes where the person is being bullied. The teachers don't do anything. The teachers don't do shit, and then the person who's defending themselves against the bullies gets in trouble. I was the definition of the kid who defended themselves. That was a really big mistake, right? So I got kicked out. I got sent to the hallway. I got kicked out. But what do I do? What do I do? I cry. But then, today, the same thing happened. I was constantly losing, but I wasn't being bullied for it. Like, come on, hey, you got this. You got this. You gotta get the ball to one of those teams, or else we're gonna lose. And then, flashbacks! Wow! Oh, I'm sorry for that. That was really weird. You do the same things that you did in the third grade, but your classmates are scared of you. The people that are in your class, they're in your gym class, they're scared of you now. But you aren't. You aren't scared of them. You were never scared of them. You just got bullied. I still get bullied. I get bullied sometimes physically, and sometimes most of the time emotionally. But then I go into the locker room. I grab the sharpest pencil I could find, and right around here, I start to stab myself. But why? Why would you stab yourself? Why would you stab yourself? It's because of the fact that pretty much for my entire life, again, I've been bullied. And I finally do something about it. I start to stab myself. I felt so much pain. I bottle up my anger all the time. And in fact, that's how I make friends. I'm always happy. I'm perfect. I am pretty much the definition of Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Colors. It never gets angry and is always happy. Maybe sometimes sad, but always happy. Sunshine and rainbows. But then I turn to Sonic from Sonic X. I go Dark Sonic. And then I pretty much just scare everybody. And then I go to stab myself. Because I've had enough. I've had enough bullshit. For my entire life I've experienced something but, well, bullshit. So, I mean, like, why would you stab yourself? Well, it's because of the fact, I got bullied. Okay. Okay, so, conclusion. Why would you talk about this teacher? Why would you talk about this day? Well, you don't know what teacher you're gonna get. Sure, they may have a good first impression, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna be a good teacher. They could be a bad teacher. They could be a good teacher. They could be a scary teacher. It could be any type of teacher, and you don't know what you're going to get. You get what you get. You might get upset. You might switch classes. I never got the chance to switch classes because it was too complicated. There is no such thing as that. But why didn't I switch classes? I was scared. My friend Ben was in my class. I didn't want to leave him. He's my best friend. Excuse me. He's still my best friend. But mind you, again, if you get a crappy teacher in your life, if they pretty much mentally torture you, then you might as well just switch classes while you still can. Because if your teacher is immediately toxic to you, especially in the third grade, leave. Leave immediately. You shouldn't even care if you have friends. You can still talk to them. Like, again, I'm pretty much just talking to my past from 2017. Again, if your teacher is a toxic piece of crap, get out of there. Just get out of there. Switch classes. Don't ever speak to them. If you have them as, like, a clusters thing, don't speak to them unless if you really need to. Like, if you need to use the washroom and need to fill up water, you get sheet paper. But if your teacher's a toxic piece of crap, again, get out of there. Do something about it to the school system and tell your principal. Because, especially if you are a third grader or a fifth grader, because you shouldn't be getting traumatized by your teachers. Your teachers should be people that you should feel safe with. If you don't feel safe with a teacher, then switch classes. immediately. Just switch classes. If you can't, then tell a parent. Tell a parent. If your parent doesn't do shit, and sorry to all the good parents out there, if you're a good parent, and if your kid knows that you're a good parent, then good for you. But if your parent doesn't do anything about it, then tell your principal. Tell your principal what's happening. And if you and the teacher have to meet with each other, and the teacher has to confirm, and you're like, you have to confirm. You did this stuff to me, and you have to confirm. Do it while you still can. As the teacher might still treat you like crap several times. If you get bullied, if you have bullies in your class, get out of there. Tell your teacher. No matter what, if your teacher's toxic, then get out of there. But if your teacher doesn't do anything about the bullying, despite on how toxic they are, then tell the principal. It's the last good thing that you could do to yourself, to your friends. If your friends get bullied, then tell a teacher or the principal. I'm trying to say this, and this is a reference taken from Sonic 06. Nothing starts until you take action. Do it, or else there might be consequences to what you do. This has been the first episode of Memekid Documentaries. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye.